Hey there guys, this is Vlad here from Review Outdoor Gear. I have another review for you. This is the Foxelli brand headlamp, which Foxelli sent to us to review. So we'll be keeping the review unbiased like usual, and hopefully give you some good info on this. So I'll start by giving you some basic info that kind of everybody wants to know right off the bat. Probably the lumens is the first thing that everybody wants to know. This thing goes up to 280 lumens in the brightest setting, which is a really nice bright light, really good level of brightness there, and it goes down to a low setting of 12, so really good range. The next thing probably is the price, and I think the price is really good, my personal opinion. You can get this thing on Amazon right now, and there's a link below to get it for I think 30 bucks. And considering the quality of this thing and all the features, I think it's a really good deal. Some of the other features that this thing has, which are pretty cool, is the battery. It's a lithium-ion battery. It's USB rechargeable, so it's not like something that you stick in batteries in the back, like AAAs or something, or AA's. So it's a USB rechargeable battery, and it has a pretty good lifetime actually. At the lowest setting, 12 lumens, it'll run for 100 hours, and if you're running it at the max, or sub-max, which is 200 lumens, it'll run for 8 hours, and I've actually used it for a continuous amount of time like that, and it's worked really well. I don't think they lie about the battery life. So like I said, it is USB rechargeable, and the way that works is there's a little USB port in the back here to charge it with. They do provide you with two, not one, two USB cords. I'm not sure why they have two providing you, so you can just stash it in different places and use. So you just charge that directly from your computer or a wall charger or anything like that. There is a battery indicator that'll tell you, so when you turn it on, if there is battery life left in there. So right now you can see it's full power, and when that starts dying, it'll go down to red. And actually, there's another feature that if the battery is dying, this will also begin to glow. That'll kind of tell you that you need to charge it up again soon. The one thing that I did kind of notice is that this little cover on here is not the best. I think they could have done a better job with the quality of this little cover. It feels a little flimsy and insecure. It seems like a little rubber gasket. It's not really a good fit. So that's something that could definitely work on, I think. But the battery's in there. It's not big, it's not bulky. When you're wearing it on your head, you can't feel it back there, so that's really nice. The cord from the battery is really nice quality. It's not thin little wimpy cords. It's a nice sturdy thick rubber wire that goes into there and has nice protected connections and stuff. It's not going to snap off on you, so built really well there. They provide a little user manual with the light, which is nice and short, well, relatively short, pretty concise. Just gives you some basic info there. The light is waterproof to IPX7 standards, so not fully waterproof, not IPX8, but still, if you like submerge it in the water quickly and pull it back out, it'll be just fine. And it uses the Cree XPG2 generation of light, and then the amount of lumens, and that it's chargeable via USB, and just gives you basic components of the stuff. And you'll see that when you get it. The weight of the light, including the battery, is 130 grams, which is not that much. That's about 4 or 5 ounces, so not too bad at all. So that's there for you. The quality of the straps is also really nice. It's comparable to like Black Diamond or other companies like that, high-end companies of lights. They're not little cheap straps that I feel like they're gonna rip. They'll last for a while, and they're nice and sturdy and wide. They won't dig into your head. It does have a nice little thing that goes over the top of your head because it has extra weight in the back because of the battery, so it kind of fits like a hat. And that also kind of makes it really nice because you don't have to have it very tight on your head. You can kind of just slide it over your head, and even if it's not tight, it won't slide down over your head. So that even makes it better. You don't really feel a lot of pressure on your head if you don't want to make it tight. The light does tilt down in different positions, does adjust, and it's not a flimsy adjusting mechanism. It's really sturdy, so if you put it there, it will not slide out of that. If you bump it or run with it, it'll stay there right exactly where you want it to be. The light itself is not really big, not bulky, not really protruding. The fit on the back here with your forehead is nice, nothing digs in. You can wear it for a prolonged amount of time and it will not be uncomfortable. You can see just the overall build quality of this is really good, excluding this little thing on the back, which I think they need to improve. But otherwise, the build quality is really nice, and it feels like a high-end product, which I think it should be considered a high-end product. One little cool feature that they did throw in is this little SOS whistle, which is something that even if you think it's useless or not really of big importance, it's not really hard for them to put it in, and they did it, which was really considerate of them to do. And I mean, it works well, so no issues with that. The only other issue that I have with this light, and it's not really a big issue, is the way the button is oriented and the way it works. I'd prefer to have the button on top here, so you could click it when it's on top of your head. This way, when you have it on your head like this, you have to like reach in front of it like this, and it's kind of uncomfortable if you're right-handed, especially. If you're left-handed, it might be a little bit easier. You can kind of click it on the side, and it's not really easy to push. You kind of have to get the end of your finger in there. And that's probably a good thing, so it doesn't really turn itself on when it's in a pack or something, but it does make it a bit harder to turn on. But once you have it on, you can forget about that. But that's really the only other issue that I've seen so far on this light, and I've been using it for a good amount of time. The battery does come off if you need it to. For example, if you need to replace it or something, if it goes bad. So just 2 little screws there, hold that on the back, and you just replace that if it ever goes bad. And all the straps come out, of course, and so it's pretty user friendly. You can maintenance it if you need to. Another cool feature is the little diffuser that it has. A lot of lights, headlamps that I've seen, have a main LED and then a couple little smaller LEDs on the side to make a flood. And I think this is a better idea, actually, or not any worse for sure than that, because all you do is you just turn it on to any setting and then you slide that down over, and that just turns any of the modes into a flood. And the flood is really nice. You'll see that in the little night test that's coming up here in a second. So that's a really cool idea. It's really sturdy. When it comes down, it kind of clicks in. Not gonna come back up. And when you slide it up, it stays up there as well, and it doesn't get in the way of any of the lights or anything. So that's a cool little feature. I think that it actually works pretty well. All right, let's go to the night test. All right, guys, here's a nighttime test of the Foxelli headlamp. Like always, we've got our wall out there, as you've seen in the previous reviews. And for comparison, I've got here the Black Diamond Storm, which I think runs at about 140 or so lumens right now. And here's the Foxelli. So the Foxelli has a series of settings, and at first you might be confused as to how they work. It's kind of weird, not really ordinary, but they actually have a system to it. What they did is they actually researched the most used settings that people would utilize when they're using the headlamp, and they put them in the order of most often used. So the first setting that you get to when you turn on the headlamp is the average setting, 95 lumens. Then the next setting goes up to bright. Press it again, takes it down to dim, which is at 12. Press it again, that goes to ultra bright, which is at 280 lumens, and then press it again and it turns off. Now, if you turn this on and you keep it in a setting for more than 5 seconds and then you turn it off, press the button again, that'll turn the light off. And also, then if you hold the button for 1.5 seconds, that takes you into SOS, and that flashes in the highest setting, I believe. So then to turn that off, you have to hold it, press it again. It kind of dims. It's also kind of cool how the light turns off. It doesn't just shut off, it kind of dims down. So when you press it, it kind of dims away. So here are the settings. Again, so you can kind of see them out there. Here's the average. That's the high at 200. The dim at 12. Probably can't even see that. Ultra bright at 280. And then it turns off. So here's 140 from the Black Diamond, which is a pretty reputable company known by everybody. And here's the one. Here's the Foxelli next to it. As you can see, the highest setting is a lot brighter at 280 than the Black Diamond. So pretty good. Also, the Foxelli has a little cool feature where you can make any of these settings into a floodlight, which kind of gives you a really nice spread out floodlight. And a lot of headlamps have the flood setting to where it's really dim, you can't really see too well. Like here's the Black Diamond floodlight. You can't really see it. It's nice for kind of up close things, so you can see my hand up here, but further away you can't see anything. Whereas the cool thing about the Foxelli is that you can turn any of the settings into a flood setting, and so that's the bright one. You can see up close and far away. So you can have the medium at a bright, the higher one, the really low one, which is nice for up close kind of things, and then up to the brightest one. So pretty cool. Hope that kind of gives you an idea of how it looks out here in the dark, because everybody wants to see how a flashlight actually works. That's kind of the whole point. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed the review. Hopefully it was informative and gave you a good overview of what the Foxelli lamp looks like. If you're interested, check it out in the link below on Amazon. I would recommend this light for the price, especially at 30 bucks. It's a really good deal. I think the retail price is 40 or 50, but 30 bucks right now on Amazon, so really good deal. Check it out. If you like the review, give me a thumbs up. Also check out our channel. We got a bunch of other stuff on there, outdoor videos, other reviews of gear maybe you'll be interested in, so check it out. And as always, have a good day and praise God. It's been Vlad with Review to Gear. See you later guys.